So the deli knife is really our petty knife, which is just the ultimate utility, small, do-everything knife with serration on it. When you add serration to this knife, it just makes it this incredibly versatile, indispensable knife. Serration is fantastic for a lot of reasons. It'll cut almost anything. It is excellent for soft foods. So we call it a deli knife. Think about making a sandwich. It's great for cutting bread, great for cutting tomatoes, slicing meats, all the things you do when you prep to make a sandwich. But it is so much more versatile than that. A great quality of serration is that it virtually never gets dull. So especially if you're a person who doesn't like to care for their knives, doesn't like to deal with getting them sharpened, like this knife you can pull out and it will always cut anything you need to cut. I often think of this knife as the New York City knife. Many years ago, we used to have a booth in Bryant Park at Christmas in New York City, and I would always pitch this knife to the New Yorkers as the one knife they would ever need. You know, because if you ever meet New Yorkers and you're like talking about cooking, they're like, oh, I never cook, I only go out, I only eat out. It's like, that may be true, but every now and then you're gonna be forced to cook, and this can be the one knife in the drawer that you can always pick up and it will cut anything you need to cut. Just some random things that this cuts incredibly well is, I usually buy chickens whole, and then if I want to cut them up, I cut them up myself. And this thing cuts through the back of a chicken like a hot knife through butter. Like, you would never expect it, but this serration just like will cut through the rib bones of a chicken like you wouldn't believe. There are a few things that serrations aren't great for. So really primarily it's mincing. So if you're trying to chop garlic or something like that, it doesn't have a flat edge. So chopping against a cutting board with a deli knife is not what this tool is for. This knife is made out of our steel that we use on all of our knives, particle metallurgy steel, CPM S35VN, which has incredible edge holding. So when you combine that with the serration, like, you know, I never want to say you'll never need to sharpen it, but realistically, like, you could send it back to us to sharpen every 5 or 10 years, and it's just gonna keep on working and keep on cutting. This knife makes an incredible gift either for the person who really doesn't like to cook or doesn't cook much as their one knife to just be the always sharp knife that they have. It's also just pretty unique, and so someone who, even if they have some knives, this is going to fill a nice niche for them in their knife collection.